Today, the Treasurer made the announcement regarding the extension of JobKeeper arrangements, the changes in the eligibility rules. I was able to brief the National Cabinet on that today, that additional investment of some $15 billion, which brings the total investment in JobKeeper now to over $100 billion on the part of the Commonwealth. This is the largest program of this nature the country has ever undertaken. It is a scale which is unprecedented, and it stands well in comparison when we look around the world at the various forms of support that have been provided during this crisis. JobKeeper has been a lifeline to people's livelihoods. It's been a lifeline to businesses. It's been a lifeline for the certainty and assurance that it's provided Australians that I know they've been relying upon in these very difficult months. And as we've seen the outbreak of the Victorian wave and the impact that that's had specifically on Victoria, knowing that JobKeeper is there, knowing that JobKeeper is supporting them, their families, their businesses, their communities, I think comes of great assurance. This has been a week where there have been many challenges to deal with. Victorians, more than anyone, know that. As a government, we've responded to the changes that have taken place in Victoria. We've moved to provide the pandemic leave disaster payment. That is progressing extremely well, and those payments are being processed and they're being progressed through Services Australia, who have stood up those services very quickly. The changes that we've moved to put in place for childcare, and the changes that we've made to JobKeeper as we've considered and looked at the evidence and the likely impacts on the ground, and making sure that JobKeeper can do that job that people are looking for it to do. This is a national program. This is not an arrangement that has been put in place specifically for Victoria. It's a national program. And I was able to remark to the other leaders today at the meeting, there will be many people in their states and territories who will also benefit from the changes that have been made for eligibility to make sure the JobKeeper reaches to those parts of the country where they're also continuing to do it tough. Quite understandably and rightly, we're all very focused on the hardships being experienced in Melbourne and across Victoria. But let's not forget, in the rest of the country, there are many businesses that are still doing it tough. There are many households that are also doing it tough.